Welcome back to our channel. It is great to be with you again. I trust that you are doing good and that you are having a great day. Have you ever been caught in a cycle of indecision? Maybe you're one of those persons who stand in front of the closet for hours trying to decide what to wear to an event. Possibly by the time you figure it all out, the event would have been ended. Life is about decisions, and we make them several times every day. And yes, we do struggle to make the right ones. But in this video, I have cracked the code for making the perfect decision for self-improvement that will skyrocket your personal growth. Let us dive in together. Keep in mind that it is easy to get caught in the whirlwind of choices, big and small. And how often do we stop to consider the impact of these decisions on our growth and personal lives? Very seldomly, possibly. But today we want to change that focus to consider not only about making the right decisions, but the outcomes of them. You see, decision making is not just about picking the right vacation spot or the right job or career. It is much broader than that. It impacts and unlocks the very potential that you have and will lead you to becoming a better you. Therefore, this is paramount in your personal development. Let us look at how to transform your choices into a springboard for personal growth. We all have what I call decision-making obstacles. Let us now turn our attention to some of these possible decision-making challenges that we face every time we seek to make a decision, and how to deal with them in our attempt to make the right choice. The first decision-making obstacle that we will face is information overload. Have you ever tried to make a decision when you have an overwhelming amount of information and trying to decide how to use this information to make a proper decision? That indeed can be a challenge, and we face that so many times. It is good to have information, but we need to be careful that the information is not overwhelming in our decision-making process. The second obstacle that we face in making decisions is the fear of making the wrong decision. It is said, fear of the present causes you to fumble the future. The anxiety over potentially making a mistake can lead to indecision or avoidance. Another obstacle that you can face when making a decision is what I call analysis paralysis. Therefore, overanalyzing options can prevent taking action, resulting in stagnation. In other words, you think so much and too much to the degree that you end up doing nothing. So that is an obstacle that you need to be aware of when it comes to making decisions. Do not overanalyze, do not overthink. Ensure that you use the information effectively, but do not allow it to become an obstacle. A third obstacle we face when it comes to making decisions is that of emotional influences. Strong emotions like fear, anger, or excitement can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive or irrational decisions. Therefore, you need to be aware of those emotions and ensure that you control them and that they do not control you as you seek to make the right decision. This is very important in this process. Another obstacle that we face in making decisions is that of lack of clear goals. So without clear objectives or values, it is challenging to determine the best course of action to take. The final obstacle that we would like to look on in the decision-making process is that of external pressure. External pressure includes influence from peers, family, or societal expectations, which can sway your decision, often leading to choices that don't align with your personal values. So overall, understanding these obstacles can help you develop strategies to overcome them and subsequently lead to more effective and confident decision-making process on your part. Let us now turn our attention to 5 decision-making strategies that you can employ every time you are faced with making a decision. If you're finding value in this video, please take a moment to click the subscribe button. Like and share the link with people who could possibly be helped by the information in this video. The first strategy in making effective decisions is to chart your course by defining your goals. Before diving too deep into options, take a deep breath and get clear on your aspirations. Ask yourself, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? It is said, unless you know why you exist, nothing you do will make sense. And indeed, you want to make sense. You want to be able to say, this is where I'm going, and this is how I get there. You really don't know the how until you know the why. Are you yearning for a fulfilling career shift, a healthier lifestyle, or stronger relationships? So having a clear vision acts as a compass, guiding you towards decisions that align with your long-term goals. Here's how to clarify your values and goals. In order for you to clarify your values and goals, you need to start with self-reflection. Spending time reflecting on what is truly important to you is valuable in achieving your goals. It is at this point that you look deep within you. You ask yourself probing questions. You also examine your motives, because that's important. It's not only about what you do, but it's always about why you do. The practice of journaling can be a helpful tool to articulate your thoughts and deep inner desires. Take time to do journaling. And when it comes to those crucial decisions in your life, go back into what you have written each day and refresh your mind so you can see your thoughts, your experiences, and the trend that your life is on. Because this will help you to determine what step you need to take in such crucial moment when you are called on to make certain decisions. Set SMART goals and ensure that your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Keep in mind that this clarity will guide your decision-making process. The second strategy in making effective decisions is to gather and analyze information. As it is said, information is power. Don't fly blind or make decisions that are not informed decisions. Without information, you are prone to make decisions that are based on the extenuating factors that we had mentioned before, such as the influence of other people, maybe the way you're feeling on a particular day. But when you make decisions that are informed, those decisions can be classified as intelligent, not emotional, but intelligent decisions. In the process of gathering information, research potential paths, consult with mentors, and gather as much relevant information as possible. This will give you a solid foundation on which you can move into the process of making a final decision. Imagine yourself on a path and ask yourself the relevant questions. While you're on this path, take time to ask the relevant questions, such as, what skills should I develop? What mentorship or assistant should I employ? How deep should I go in gathering information? All these questions can be very helpful in guiding you on the path of making that final decision. The end result is that by being informed, you get to that place where you consider details. As a result, you make informed decisions rather than leaping and fleeting impulsive ones, which is very key in terms of making a lasting an effective decision. Here are some ways by which you can gather information. One way to gather information is to do the research. Utilize books, articles, and reliable online sources to gather data. These can all be effective in furnishing you with information that can be relevant in your decision-making process. Another way to gather information is to consult experts. Seek advice from those who have experience or expertise in the area of your decision. This is very important because there are those who have walked the same path that you are walking now, and as a result they are able to furnish you with valuable experience and knowledge so you can arrive at an informed decision. Another way to gather information is to evaluate alternatives. For instance, list possible options and evaluate their potential outcomes. And do not be afraid to look at the cons as well as the pros. The good, the bad, and all the different sides or possible outcomes of your decision. That leads us to our third strategy for making effective decisions. It is what I call the flip side, on which you consider risks and rewards. And while you do this, keep in mind that every choice has consequences. So don't just focus on the shiny possibilities. You must also give consideration to the potential roadblocks which will play a part in your decision-making process. So ask yourself, will this decision stretch you outside your comfort zone in a positive way, or will it push you toward burnout? So weighing the pros and cons will help you to navigate your path with a clear head. Our fourth strategy in making effective decisions is to embrace decision-making tools. And let us have a look at what these are. These are tools that help to simplify the process. Try to create a pros and cons list for each choice, or visualize yourself a year down the road on each potential path. Other tools that are available include the online decision-making matrix. This is there to help you weigh complex factors in your decision making. While you are utilizing these tools, you also want to practice the habit of developing decision making skills. These skills involve, number one, making daily decisions. Take an active role in making daily decisions, even if they are trivial. This is one skill that you can only develop through practice. You actually learn by doing. So don't be afraid to make decisions. And I know we make them all day long. Even by the choice to get up from your bed in the morning is a decision that you make daily. Another skill that you want to develop is the skill of reflecting on past decisions. In this, you analyze previous decisions, both good and bad, to understand what worked and what didn't work. In other words, you are learning through experience. As it is said, experience develops knowledge. The fifth and final strategy for making effective decisions that we want to look at is to think of the big picture. As I said earlier, don't get caught up in the immediate. In other words, don't look for instant gratification or be led by your impulses or any other circumstances. Be careful, take your time, think, gather information before you make your final decision. And while you are thinking about the big picture, the next thing to do is to consider the long-term trajectory of your decision. In other words, what path will this decision take you on? Not only for this moment, but how will it affect future decisions and future actions? Will this choice open doors for future opportunities or limit your options down the line? Think big picture and ensure your choices propel you toward your ultimate vision of success. Here's how to consider long-term impact of your decisions. Start by visualizing the future. Think about where you want to be in the next 5 or 10 years. And ask yourself, will this decision help me to get there? Weigh immediate versus long-term benefits. Consider whether short-term sacrifices can lead to long-term rewards. Let us bring this presentation to its conclusion. Do not forget that successful decision making is a dynamic process and that it plays a vital role in your personal development. By clarifying your values and goals, gathering information, considering long-term impacts, embracing a growth mindset, practicing decision-making skills, trusting your intuition, and evaluating outcomes, you can make informed and effective choices that propel you toward a more fulfilling and successful life. Remember that every decision is a step on your journey of personal growth and development. So, make each decision count. Please take a moment to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Share the link and leave a comment. It would be very nice to hear from you.